This podcast is edited and produced by Buford Digital Productions. Visit their website today to see what they can do for you. Welcome to the Wandering Path podcast, a sanctuary for the modern seeker and a dedicated practitioner. Here we believe that magic isn't just found at the destination, it's woven into every step of the journey. Whether you're here for the wisdom of tarot, the pull of the moon, or the whispers of the stars, you found your seat at the table. I'm your host, Adonis Youngblood, and today we're stepping back onto the path to explore what it truly means to live a life of magic. Welcome to today's episode. Today I want to talk a little bit about what elemental magic is and what elemental witchcraft is to me and what it represents. I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather, but thank you for everyone's blessings and everyone's good wishes. I do appreciate it a lot. But as always, let's dive into this episode and talk about spirituality and everything that is associated with it. Today, at its heart, elemental witchcraft is nature-based practice centered on working directly with the core energies of the universe: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, or either one of these. The focus isn't on all five at once, but you can focus on just one or two, whatever you need for the specific ritual, spell, craft, path, whatever it is that you need at that moment. You can follow using these five different elements of the elemental witchcraft. Instead of focusing on primarily on deities, complex historical pantheons, or rigid dogmatic rules, an elemental witch focuses on the physical and metaphysical building blocks of reality. It is a highly sensory, practical form of magic that aims to bring your mind, body, and spiritual practice into balance with the natural rhythms of Earth. The beautiful thing that I have learned from elemental magic, it is working in comfort, working with your comfort zones and expanding on it in every single time that you do a spell, you do anything that has to do with the craft. You are not bound to just one particular, and you are not bound to everything. You are free to move like water is in a river, as fire is free to burn with a powerful air that flows within and out of us all, and earth that is the grounding force that helps us all stay connected as one, and spirit is the connection that you have with the earth and the universe. The five pillars of the craft. Every element carries specific physiological, psychical, and magical associations, often called the correspondence. Practicing elemental witchcraft means learning how to direct these distinct currents of energy. Earth is represented by the north. The theme is grounding, stability, physical health, and prosperity and patience. In daily life, feeling the soil beneath your bare feet, eating nutritious whole foods, working with crystals or tending to plants. And in ritual, it is represented by salt, soil, stones, or pentacles. It is used for protection, physical healing, and financial security. Air is represented by east. The theme is the intellect, communication, mental clarity, inspiration, and travel. In your daily life, feeling a cool breeze on your face, focused breathing exercises, studying a new subject, or letting fresh air cultivate through your room. In rituals, it is represented by incense, feathers, or a wand. It is used to clear brain fog, boost creativity, and aid to clear communication. Fire, represented by the self. Theme is passion, transformation, willpower, action, and purification. In daily life, bathing in warm sunlight, engaging in heart pumping exercise, or finding the motivation to tackle a creative project. In a ritual, represented by candles, matches, or a burning cauldron, it is used to banish old habits, build courage, and spark rapid change. Water, represented by West. The theme is emotion, intuition, healing, dreams, and psychic awareness. In your daily life, taking a long, intentional bath, letting yourself cry, listening to your intuitive nudges, or watching the rainfall. And in rituals, represented by chalices, bowls of water, or seashells, it is used for emotional release, cleansing energy, and dream work. Spirit is represented by the center. The theme is the invisible thread that connects all four physical elements. It is pure consciousness, the soul, and divine cosmic energy. In a ritual, it is represented by the center of the altar or the practitioner themselves. How is elemental witchcraft practiced, and how do you go forward with your practices, your rituals, and your spells? This is a question that I asked myself the very first time that I did my first ever spell. I can't at this moment remember what it was, but it was something to do with financial stability and with creativity to find new and better financial situations in my life. But the thing is that I've learned over the time is go with what your intuition is telling you. Ask the element of air to make you light, to make you focus, to bring the creativity in, and water for safe passage through the element of earth towards you. And fire is that passion that comes from water that turns into steam, and steam that is powering you to move forward. Elemental witches' magic is highly physical and deeply tied to the natural landscape around them. Common practices include working with local environment, tuning into the local weather, flora and fauna, rather than just following a general folklore. Balancing the elements. If a witch feels anxious or ungrounded, too much air or fire, they might perform an earth ritual to steady themselves. If they feel stuck or lengthiest, too much earth or water, they might use a fire ritual to spark motivation. Simple accessibility spellwork. You don't need expensive tools. Writing or worry on a dry leaf and letting the wind carry it away, represented by air, or burning a list of bad habits in a safe half fire, are powerful classical elemental spells. Ultimately, elemental witchcraft is about recognizing that we are not separate from nature, we are an extension of it. By understanding the elements outside of ourselves, we learn to navigate the elements within our own minds and spirits. It's this beautiful sound that they use on TikTok and on Instagram. If you sit down in nature and listen, all around you is spirits. All around you there is hints, descriptions, there is inspiration all around you. If you are willing to accept that you are not separate from nature, but just a true extension of the power that nature holds. I have compiled some elemental rituals and spells for you that I have used in the past, but please feel free to change what doesn't work for you and add what works for you. It isn't a very strict, according step by step guide type of rituals, but Elemental Witchcraft is a beautifully low tech. You don't need a massive collection of rare ingredients. Instead, you use the raw physical forces around you. For example, gravity, evaporation, combustion, and wind to give your intentions form. Setting up a basic working space is the first step by representing each element at its corresponding compass point. You create a balanced, harmonic microcosmic to focus your energy. Setting up an altar, elemental altar. An elemental altar serves as your working anchor. To arrange it, place items representing the four physical directions at the edges of your space, leaving the center for spirit, your active working area, or your central candle. My list of some simple beginner friendly spells that you can use with each and every single element that there is. First one is Earth, the buried burden release. Best for letting go of anxiety, stress, or stubborn negative mindset. What you need is a small biodegradable piece of paper, a pencil, and a patch of outside soil or potted plant. People, I really cannot stress this enough. Please make sure that when you do anything that requires burning, that requires burying, and requires the wind or water, please make sure that it is safe to use. Otherwise, it's for me, it's defeating the whole point of being elemental witch. Elemental witch isn't just using nature, it is respecting nature in the same way that nature respects you. If you if your environment gives you a stick, that is nature's way of respecting you. So please go out of your way and respect nature as well. Okay, first thing, write down the specific worry, habit, or a burden you want to release on a piece of paper. Keep it in your conscious. Ground your energy. Hold the paper between your palms. Take deep breaths, visualizing the stress energy
This
in your body
podcast is
flowing
presented and
down
edited
your
by
arms and
Buford
absorbing
Digital
into the
Productions.
paper.
I hope you enjoyed
Then bury
listening
the
to this
paper.
podcast and
Dig a
thank you for
small hole
taking
in
the
the
time.
earth,
And as
place the
always, have
paper
a wonderful
inside, cover
and
it with
blessed
soil,
day.
and press down firmly with your hands or feet to seal it. As you walk away, trust that the earth will naturally break down the paper and compost the negative energy into harmless, natural soil and nutrients. I used to walk around with a tiny little shovel and find ground to dig in, but I've learned that if you find soft ground, you dig with your hands, that is setting your intention. But if you find hard ground, that is the intention that you want to really get rid of it. It's the same thing when it comes to lunar magic. Some lunar witches I know personally use the new moon to the full moon phase to gain or to improve or to insist on something greater in their lives, and they used the moon phase from the full moon to the new moon to get rid of things. And it's the same thing with the earth. If you use soft soil, it is something that you want to allow to grow. If you use hard soil, it is something that you want to get rid of. You want to make sure that it stays buried deep below. Next element is air, the smoke and whispering clarity spell. Best for clearing a busy mind, gaining inspiration, or sending a wish out into the world. What you need is an incense stick, sandalwood or lavender will work as well, or a feather and a safe, well ventilated space. The ritual. Light your incense and watch the smoke rise. Focus on a specific goal or question you need clarity on. Close your eyes and whisper your intention or question directly into the rising smoke. Watch the smoke disappears into the room or out an open window. Air magic relies on a concept of circulation. By releasing your words to the wind, you are trusting that the atmosphere to carry your intent outward and bring back inspiration. Another thing that you can also use incense for, and what I regularly use incense for, is for an answer from the wind. Because your incense have different way of burning, the same way a candle has different ways of burning. The wind whispers back if you allow yourself, your intuition, your divine plan within inside of you to really listen. Next element is fire, the candle cord cutting. This is a simplified one, and it's one of my favorite spells to use. Best for breaking a toxic connection, cutting ties with a bad habit, or claiming your personal power. What you need: a single candle, black or for banishing, or plain white for whatever your intention is. A small piece of natural twine or thread, and a fire-safe dish. The ritual: tie the piece of twine snugly around the base of your candle. As you tie the knot, focus on an energetic cord connecting to you and the habit or the person you want to leave behind. Safely light the candle, sit with it, meditate on your own independence, visualize yourself being free, and set yourself free. As the candle burns down, the flame will eventually catch the twine and snap it. Once the cord burns and breaks, state aloud, "The tie is broken, the energy is mine once more." Dispose of the wax and ash outside your home. That is where burying it into solid ground is ideal, but please make sure that the wax that you bury is environmentally safe. Next element is water, the cleansing wash, best for washing away a bad day, healing emotional wounds, or resetting your energetic boundary. What you need: a bowl of fresh water, a pinch of sea salt, and a clean washcloth. The ritual: stir a pinch of salt into your bowl of water. Salt is an earth element, but when dissolved into water, it creates a powerful purifying solution. Dip your washcloth or just your hands into the water. Gently wipe your face, the back of your neck, and your wrists. As you do, visualize the water picking up any heavy, sticky emotional residue from your day. Pour the used water outside into dirt, not onto delicate plants, as salt can harm them, or down the drain, visualizing the heavy energy being safely washed away. The wonderful thing that I have created, manifested for myself as well, is when it comes to spiritual work, is that every element, not only are they connected as one, because when you start, you ask for grounding, earth element to ground you, you ask the air element to enlighten you, you ask the fire element to give you the passion, and you ask the water element for energy to flow through you. But spirit comes, and spirit allows us to really understand it is connecting with what is below and what is above us. We are not powerful alone. We are powerful together. If we stand together, we are powerful together. If we stand separate, we are alone. We feel alone, and we represent ourselves as being alone. But once we trust that spirit works through fire in a candle form to give you a message, that spirit works through water. For example, if you use scrying and you use water for scrying work, then your answer comes from spirit through water, through the medium of water. Then earth, I do truly feel that divination there is a key element there for tarot, for cards and oracle cards, anything that has to do with physical shuffling of information. Then with, what was the other one? Oh, air. And then air is, like I said, with incense, is the beautiful thing is if you learn to read the wind through using incense, because even if you are in a room that is still air, spirit still allows air to move around because it is always around us all. So really pay attention to listening and asking Spirit to clear your mind so that your third eye, your main eye, your first eye, I believe it's not your third eye, I believe strongly that it's your first eye, to open it and to perceive and not to judge what you are seeing, but to understand what you are seeing. This podcast is presented and edited by Buford Digital Productions. I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast and thank you for taking the time, and as always, have a wonderful and a blessed day.